test and back, and called disputa promotes expectoration, improves the respiration, allows lassitude for it soothes the joints and the outer skin, and is diuretic, removes heaviness of the head and moistens the nose. These are the benefits to be derived from the bath. This is what this 2,500 years before. By the time of Hippocrates, bathing was considered more than a simple hygienic measure. It was healthy and beneficial for most diseases. Hippocrates proposed the hypothesis that the cause of all diseases lay in an imbalance of the bodily fluids. To regain the balance, a change of habits and environment was advised, which included bathing, respiration, walking, and massages. The baths were often combined with gymnastic and education, the precursors of the gymnasium. Let's define wellness. According to the World Health Organization, it is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. According to the National Wellness Institute, it is a conscious, self-directed, and evolving process of achieving full potential. Why much more than wellness? In the modern health tourism, is divided in three sectors. The first one is the medical tourism. This is a highly competitive market which is focusing on cities with airports, private high-level hospitals, and specialized hotels. Its object is the treatment of specific diseases and surgeries. It's what I'm doing when I'm not representing the Association of the Thermalsprings. The second one is the preventive health tourism, divided into fields. The first one is the non-indication oriented field for healthy people, which focuses on primary prevention with thermal baths and spa. Diagnosis is not required. The second one is the indication oriented field for patients and refers to specific therapeutic medical services to prevent the deterioration of the health status of the patient. This field has two parts. The secondary prevention, medical baths, when we need specific therapeutic services for not so serious incidents, diagnosis is required. And the tertiary prevention, the rehabilitation for serious cases under medical experts' control. And the third one is the wellness spa, the lifestyle market that aims to increase the personal efficiency and attractiveness and beauty. To conclude, therapeutical benefits of thermalism are well established since the rising of human civilization. Thermalism offers the required environment and condition for self-repairing mechanism which is remarkable in human organism. Facilitates both doctors and patients to be more effective and happy correspondingly in applied treatments. Thermalism centers following the hygienic regulations are an index of civilization of every society during the centuries. Greece offers absolute water quality, ideal landscape, Mediterranean cuisine, history and tradition in thermalism, host culture, high-level educated scientists and employees. Our hydrotherapy centers are very good, and the only missing is the investments in high-class accommodation and publicity to exploit the sector of health tourism. We started working because we believe that Thermalsprings in Greece can offer much more than wellness to the guests. At this point, I would like to thank the Hellenic Association of Municipalities with Thermalsprings, and especially Mr. Marcos Danas, the General Secretary, for his valuable help in this effort for the development of thermalism in Greece and allowing the Greek Thermalsprings to become attractive and hot spot in health tourism. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tzanidis. Is there any question?
Hello, Mr. Tzanidis. I would like to ask you something. How do you believe about platinum? Is a factor that is responsible for the cancer or no?
Yes, it is. As you consider this element as responsible for cancer, it depends from the proportion. In Thermalsprings, are absolutely safe. There are measurements that says that the radon, the quantity of radon is very low, and in very low quantity is very good beneficent. There are other springs with high concentrations of radon, and it's not allowed for bath. There is a limit.
Something else. Do you believe that thermal spa can replace the medicine for a human?
Sorry?
Can the thermal spa replace the medicine we take for our body, for our
The potential
civilization?
of, sorry, the potential of, I could say this, the thermal spa is a very so for many centuries, thermal spas was the medical weapon. When the drugs were discovered, we left spas, and we have a very strong past and very good tradition in spas. We left spas and we turned to drugs. I think that seeing globally that the tendency is not the drugs, but the more biological therapies, I believe that this maybe is a future. There is a future there.
I'll just make a comment and maybe a few questions. Many people have many issues with spa. First of all, spa is one of the 8 segments of health tourism. I don't know if you know. The one issue is the issue of evidence-based, of efficacy. In the past, or maybe in the present as well, health funds will actually prescribe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, what it is, to go for therapy or spa. Whether the individual had a condition that needed it, or else just go and have spa. We found that as time went by, and especially with economic recession, some of the health funds reduced or stopped prescribing therapy. What is the situation now? Because Germany would prescribe, Greece, the health funds would send you for 2 weeks. What's the situation now? And what is the situation with the critics of spa? The critics which say, where is the evidence?
Right. So I start from the last one. There is very good documented, and there are many of reports about the benefits of. I don't say it's not my words. It's written in many reports, and if you want, you can have a communication with the medical staff of our association to give you there is a base evidence of the beneficial of the spa. The second one, actually now in Greece, the money that the government spent for spa is very few. So it's about 300 euros, I think, or less. It's something for. The wrong in this situation is that they consider that that spa is like physiotherapy. It's not. So they give about 10 euros per session. This is nothing. So if you go, so from our analysis, in Holland, in Netherlands, they spend about 4 million euros per year for back pain. Just like that, okay, back pain. So it wanted much more than this. 10 euros so for 1 month, it's about 300 euros.
So are we going to see a growth in demand for spas? This is the question.
Yes, there is in garbage now.
Sorry?
There is a diamond in the garbage.
So you're not seeing any growth yet?
We try. We started from nothing. So I'm against. So, no, I'm against. I'm doing, my job is against that. I'm certain. But I believe in that. It's a valuable quality of Greece.
I've spoken on a number of occasions in Turkey, and although I'm not a spa insider, I spoke as a insider outsider on spa.
Right.
And one of the issues that came to mind, because, for instance, one occasion was in Afyon.
Mm-hmm.
You know Afyon. Okay?
Right.
And they were saying, how can we, you're laughing, I know why you're laughing. So it said, how can we increase the demand? And I had a simple answer. I said, are you aware of the third space? I said, what's the third space? I said, do you know Starbucks? Starbucks, yes, we know Starbucks. I said, Starbucks is a third space. What does it mean? It means your house, your work, and where you go and relax. I said, why don't you try and make the spa the third place?
This is the logic of the Turkish bath.
Yeah.
This is the logic of the Turkish bath.
Right.
No, we want more than this.
Then I said, a lot of people associate spa with old age, which is for the elderly. Why don't you create a story to make spa attractive for the younger elite? So this is what I think you should be doing now.
We focus mainly on the quality. The quality is exceptional. So the measurements are fantastic, and nobody published this for years. We left really jewels to become nothing. So now we started a real effort. Maybe you have right. So it's part of the publicity. We need publicity about this. That's why we're here.
Make it attractive for the young people.
Yes.
Make it attractive for
I
the young
think
people.
that what Dr. Tsanidis tries to say is that the purpose, the goal of the spa industry, of the thermal spa industry, has not be achieved so far. Has not started yet. This is why I think you don't have this plan to widen, let's say, the target market for the thermal spa. So, first of all, mainly we focus on elderlies or people with specific conditions that can be treated in thermal spas, and then we see how we widen the target market.
It's a big issue and needs a lot of work.
Is there any else? Yes?
Okay. First of all, I believe so much, in this particular product. I think it is one of the most dynamic products for Greece, in the near future. No, in the long future, in the near future. But, to my opinion, because I have searched a little bit, this particular product and what prospects we have on that. I do believe that we don't have to offer just thermal spa, but a complete, kind of services, including orthopedic and rehabilitation. Not just thermal. Let me finish. And then it is very obvious that in Greece, out of these 110, springs that you referred, in your presentation, you will agree with me that no more than 5 or 6 are in a good condition. All the rest are abandoned. So, actually, we are talking about, a very small market, although naturally we have all these alternatives. In practice, we have only, quite a few. So, this does not help us, to create a dynamism of the product simply because we have only 3, 4, 5, Okay, Thermesila is one, is going well, but after, that, okay, it's almost nothing. So, to my opinion, I really believe on that. This is a very dynamic product. Easy, easy to everybody. Applies to everybody. not those, that they are sick, they need heavy operations and so on and so forth. Applies to everybody, young people, to old people, to everybody. People that they suffer, people they don't want to suffer in the near future. So you understand that the potential market is 6 billion people. 6 billion people is the potential market for this particular product. Everything else is not, for 6 billion people, but perhaps 1% or 2% of the people. But, again, investments. We need investments. And I repeat and I insist, not just, a spa. Don't, underestimate the product. You need a complete service with an orthopedic, with, all these specialized doctors to take care about, say, okay, you stay 1 hour, you don't stay 2 hours inside, you on the contrary, you have to stay 2 hours there, do these exercises, and then let me see, and all these, services. Not just, go into, the water alone, or stay 1 hour or 2 hours or whatever. So, believe me.
Yes, I would say it in this. My first question, when I became member of this association last July, was, look guys, I have rich clients that I can send you. Where?
Where? We agree. But it's pity. We have to work on that.
Yes.
We have to work on that.
We have to
because easy. And the capital we need is not very high. It's not, to build one full hospital from the very beginning, etc. We have to renovate some of those, not 110 perhaps, but 30, 40, and then create a total market. Cars, again, we have the example, they have, perhaps 1,000 in a very good condition. So they created a market there, and, they profit. But with 3 or 4, you don't create a market. You need much more, you need, dynamism, you need all the synergies from all these, owners, etc., some money, create, a market, and then they grow.
I believe that it's a very dynamic market. It's an arising market in the
Yeah. But not like that.
Not like that.
Not like that.
Any other question?
One last observation from me. I am working between 11 countries, and some of them do have hot springs. Some months ago, I was invited by the Ministry of Tourism in Romania, and they gave me an info tour because they also have hot springs. And I saw some old tubs from the empire that have passed. In Greece, my grandparents used to visit thermal spa every summer, but my parents never did. And I'm spending all my next week in Slovakia, where they also have the thermal spa, but they also have some outdated centers, most of them coming from the communist era. So all of us can see a gap in history for this kind of treatment. So I agree with Dr. Kostantinides that we have to bring them back in fashion. But when we say that in Turkey they do have in their culture the hammam and everything, when we see a Turkish movie, we very often see a conversation between men and women taking place in the hammam. Have anyone of you seen a Greek film where a couple goes for a weekend to a thermal spa, or a conversation takes place in a thermal spa? I think that Greece and other countries, although we have the waters, we have removed this habit from our culture.
Yeah, they go to Turkey. Greeks go to Turkey. Do you know how many they go to Istanbul and take a Turkish bath?
Yes, but
There are hundreds,
only at the
if
luxury.
not thousands.
Yes,
if
at the
not-
hotels, not on
No,
the real thing.
you're wrong. No, they go to proper, Turkish bath installations. Because you're right that it is a habit, but you see that even Greeks like that, which means there is a tradition for Greeks, but they don't have, the premises. They don't have. I mean, around Athens, for example, big city with 3,500,000 people, there's almost nothing, right? So that's what we need. Again, we need investments. We need, to make the product properly. Otherwise, we are not going, to develop and profit from that.
Okay. it has to come back in fashion.
Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for your attention and time. Oh, we have? I don't see anybody.